In 2008, the Shy Wolf Sanctuary in Naples, Florida, welcomed a remarkable wolf dog named Yuki. Yes, wolf dogs are real, not just creatures of myth, and they're a fascinating mix between a wolf and a domestic dog. Yuki, in particular, was enormous, drawing attention for his sheer size. Sadly, Yuki passed away in November 2020 from blood cancer, but he lived a fulfilling life, reaching the impressive age of 13. A DNA test in 2018 revealed that Yuki was 87.5% gray wolf, 8.6% Siberian Husky, and 3.9% German Shepherd. He ended up at the sanctuary because his owners found it difficult to care for him as he grew. This is a common issue with people who attempt to raise wolf pups, hoping they'll turn out like regular dogs. But as Yuki matured, he displayed more of his wolf traits, making him harder to manage. He eventually outgrew his living space and needed to be moved to a more suitable environment. Once Yuki arrived at the sanctuary, his photos were shared online by the staff, quickly making him an internet sensation. In 2018, Yuki became famous almost overnight, admired by millions for his unique personality and remarkable size. Many dubbed him the Dire Wolf, reminiscent of the massive wolves from Game of Thrones. His size shocked many viewers, and some doubted the authenticity of the photos, thinking they were edited. Brittany Allen, a volunteer at the sanctuary who often shared Yuki's pictures, playfully responded to the skepticism, saying, "It's just his fat angle, guys. We all have one." But the photos were real. Yuki was genuinely that big. He weighed around 120 pounds, 54 kilograms, and stood over 5 feet tall. His powerful jaws, razor-sharp teeth, and piercing eyes gave him an awe-inspiring presence, making him look just like the legendary dire wolves. Anyone who didn't know Yuki personally might have been terrified to be near him. Just one look at this massive wolf dog was enough to make anyone uneasy, especially since he was nearly 100% wolf. The thought of standing in the presence of such a powerful creature who could easily tap into his wild instincts was nerve-wracking for most people. But despite his fierce appearance, Yuki was far from dangerous. In reality, he was the gentlest wolf dog you'd ever meet. Like the other wolves in the sanctuary, he enjoyed doing all the typical wolf things. He howled with the pack and lived alongside his companion, a female wolf dog named Bella, who surprisingly was the boss in their relationship. Yuki also loved to stretch out in the sun and relax, and being such a large animal, he had a voracious appetite. He devoured around 40 pounds of raw meat every week, with meals 4 times a week. Yuki had a handful of female volunteers who cared for him, but his favorite was Alan. He was always eager for cuddles and adored being showered with pats and kisses. Yuki was an extraordinary animal whose legacy touched hearts all around the world, and he will undoubtedly be remembered for years to come. While Yuki's story shows that it's possible to domesticate a wolf dog, it's important to remember that this is not typical. Wolf dogs are wild animals, and domestication is incredibly challenging. In most cases, 99.9% of the time, owning one ends with the animal being surrendered to a shelter or sanctuary. Now, our next story takes us to a stray dog and a police officer. What happens next with this enormous dog will surely surprise you. Gold. Officer Travis Frost had been serving the Texarkana, Texas Police Department for over 15 years, and throughout his career, he made the challenges of law enforcement look effortless and even exciting. Being a cop comes with its unpredictability. You never know what the next call will bring or who you'll encounter. That was exactly the case in April 2018. Picture this: you're trying to leave your house, but suddenly you realize you can't because a massive dog is blocking your exit. What do? Naturally, you call the police. The department received a report about a stray dog in front of someone's home. According to the caller, the dog was an enormous pit bull that looked dangerously aggressive. Officer Frost, responding to the call, drove up to the scene to assess the situation. As he arrived, he spotted a large, tan-colored dog lounging on the front porch. The caller wasn't exaggerating. It was indeed a massive pit bull. While the dog appeared calm, Frost knew his job was to secure the area and remove the stray animal. As he cautiously approached, he kept his distance, mindful of the dog's potential danger. Frost left the door of his patrol car open, just in case he needed a quick escape. With the situation tense, he whistled toward the dog. What happened next was a complete surprise. The large pit bull, who had clearly heard the officer's whistle, sprang to its feet and charged toward Frost. But then, something unexpected occurred. Instead of acting like the fierce dog he was rumored to be, the sweet pit bull wagged his tail and trotted over to Officer Frost. Despite his powerful, muscular build, the dog's approach was far from what Frost had expected. Pit bulls often have a bad reputation, known for being aggressive and intimidating. Even experienced police officers and animal control workers can feel uneasy when faced with such a massive dog. But this particular pooch was anything but dangerous. To Frost's surprise, the dog was incredibly friendly, even allowing him to pet him. As the two became acquainted, the giant dog confidently jumped into the front seat of Frost's patrol car, as if he belonged there. It seemed he felt right at home, settling in without a second thought. While waiting for animal control to arrive, the pair hung out as if they'd been old friends all along. To capture the moment, Frost decided to snap a few pictures with his new canine companion. The pit bull happily posed next to the officer, clearly comfortable in content. He was a surprisingly gentle and well-behaved dog, proving that even a stranger could befriend a pit bull this effortlessly. It was a heartwarming reminder that you can't always judge a dog by its reputation. The heartwarming photos of Officer Frost and the friendly dog were later shared on the Texarkana, Texas Police Department's Facebook page. The post began with the words, "Well, this didn't go quite like we thought it would," and went on to tell the story of the surprising encounter. It concluded with a quote from Frost, "Pit bulls have a bit of a bad reputation. While you should always be careful around any dog you don't know, you shouldn't automatically assume all pit bulls are bad. They might be really loving, like this guy was." By the next morning, the post had reached an audience of about 4 million people. According to department spokesperson Sean Vaughn, more than 45,000 Facebook users shared the post, and approximately 91,000 people liked it. In an updated post, the department revealed they had identified the dog thanks to his microchip. The gentle giant was affectionately named Gold, after his shiny auburn coat. Several commenters who saw the post pointed out that Gold was not a pit bull, but rather an American bully, a mix of the American Pit Bull Terrier and American Staffordshire Terrier breeds. In response, the department addressed the breed confusion in the updated post, saying, "While I can tell the difference between a Chihuahua and a Great Dane, I don't always know all the nuances that distinguish breeds that are more similar. Please forgive the error. It was not intentional." The microchip also revealed Gold's owners, but unfortunately, their contact information was outdated, meaning Gold couldn't return home immediately. He was taken to a shelter for the night. Fortunately, the Texarkana Animal Care and Adoption Center was able to track down his owners the next day, and they happily came to retrieve their lost dog. Had the owner's contact details been up to date, Gold could have been reunited with his family sooner and spared a night in doggy jail.